Well, it's a beautiful weathered day riding out of Charlotte, and it's a perfect time to take a ride up to the foothills of North Carolina and take a look around. So, for those who are in the area, you might recognize where we are, and we're going to take a ride through this area. It's Lake Lure, and see how the progress of recovery from Hurricane Helene is coming along. It is late September and it's just about 1 year anniversary of Hurricane Helene, who had come through mostly the western section of North Carolina, creating all kinds of destructions. So let's take a look around and see how things are coming along. It's amazing to me the power of the flood that came down the rocky Broad River that runs through Chimney Rock. It was so powerful, it actually redirected the river, and now progress has been made to rechannel the river, um, establish the embankment to return the river back close to its original location. And as we enter into the Chimney Rock village, you can see the ongoing efforts of recovery. It was late summer that Chimney Rock State Park was reopened. There's an alternative entrance up to the park, so progress is being made there. But many buildings have been damaged or completely destroyed, washed away. So these are the remaining structures that are there. Uh, from what I can tell, I don't see many of them that have reopened yet, only a handful. So this is Highway 74A, Highway 64 merge, and to the left is the original entrance to the Chimney Rock Park. And it looks like, I can't tell for sure, but it looks like it's at this point we need to turn around, and perhaps it's only local traffic allowed to go further, but I'm not certain of it. And what brings this to mind is that as I pass this black SUV on the right, the gentleman inside said something that sounded like the road is open.
You can go all the way up to 9.
Two of my favorite restaurants in Chimney Rock were the Rock Cafe and the River Watch restaurant. We just passed the River Watch restaurant building, but the Rock Cafe was just on the other side of the Chimney Rock State Park entrance, and that was completely washed away. So we're now making our way back down to Lake Lure. Uh, the water has been drained in order for dredging to take place and cleaning out the debris on the lake bottom. And we're crossing over what was once the flowering bridge that ran parallel with this new bridge. And there's work being done over there to restore that. But just so much damage still remains. It's amazing how this area has changed resulting from the hurricane and flood.
Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome to my channel, The Nel B Life. I'm Nelson, and today taking a midweek ride with one of my best friends, BX. We're up here at our favorite place at Lake Lure. Lake Lure is right next to Chimney Rock. Construction Renovation, recovery is still going on in full force up here. In fact, it looks as though you have to take one step back in order to take 2 steps forward. For Lake Lure, most of the business seems to be closed. I don't know if they're closed just because it's a Tuesday morning or because they've drained the lake. And of course the attraction for Lake Lure is the lake, and also it being pretty much attached to Chimney Rock. So we took a adventure ride up here to check out and see what was going on, and now we see what the case is. So going to continue to take a look around. We rode up to Chimney Rock, but we couldn't go all the way through the village. We went up as far as about where the old entrance to Chimney Rock Park is. And then at that point it's blocked, so we had to turn around and come back down here to Lake Lure. So let's take a look at the lake. I'll show you what it looks like present day. Still removing debris that has washed down. This part of the lake acted as a pit or a capture because it's an elbow, and then it circled on around, and everything that washed down from the mountain came down here and just stacked up and created a debris dam.
Gotcha.
And I can imagine the millions of metric tons that have been removed and still being removed. Those look like railroad ties, but perhaps those were part of someone's dock. But these machines are dredging out, trying to return the lake bed to its original depth. Of course, you can see the remnants of the beach area. Obviously, none of this has been open since last September, a year ago. September 2024, when the hurricane came through. So progress is being made, but they still have a long, long way to go. It's quite amazing.
There is a Mexican restaurant that's open in the pavilion, so it's good that they have returned to business. And we're going to continue our way on the way around the shores of Lake Lure and see what else might be open. Hopefully my other favorite restaurant spot will be open, but we'll see. Right on top of the hill is Las Stratas. They are very good. Enjoyed their restaurant. This is the Lakehouse Bar and Grill, and this is where we'll have lunch today. The Lakehouse has both indoor and outdoor dining, so we elected to sit out on the patio and look out over the lake. The water level has been drawn down some 25 feet, but it's still pretty here. And we both got the smash burger.
So we wound up having lunch at one of our favorite places up here in Lake Lure. It's the Lakehouse Bar and Grill. They have waterside dining. Very pleasant, very good place. The food is good. Show you our view, as you can see. This is what would ordinarily be amongst the deeper portion of the lake. Of course, they drained it, you know, they're doing that repair and all. And you can see how low the water level is. As you can see, the bank, all of this would ordinarily be underwater. You can see the dock, which would be just maybe 2 feet above the water or less, and you can see how the water has retreated. But work goes on, and one of these days things will be back similar to what it once looked like. A lot of work yet still to be done, but slow progress has been made. We've turned off Highway 74 onto Buffalo Shoals Road, and we're going to take this over the Lake Lure Dam. This is the Rambling Ball Resort, and the lake area behind here is where portions of the movie Dirty Dancing was filmed, particularly the lift in the lake.
This is a beautiful loop off the beaten paths of where traffic normally travels to Lake Lure and Chimney Rock. And it's very beautiful, it's very scenic, twisties involved in it, and I love riding this loop. In fact, my friend Bill Bradley showed me this many years ago, and I've always used this when I come up to Lake Lure. So we're now approaching the intersection of Bills Creek and Highway 74, and we're going to take 74 back to the Charlotte area. Well, it's been a great day riding with my good friend BS. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment.